you got a very big fight coming up. This is the biggest fight that your company's ever put together, and I'm happy just to be a part of it and to see this happen. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I want to tell the fans Dan Otter's story of the last year, starting from Duradola to January, and then all the stuff that you went to, and now why we're landing on Peralta to be the opponent, and coming into the biggest rematch, one of the biggest rematches right now in the cruiserweight division, and not only that, but one of the biggest fights in the cruiserweight divisions that's going to happen in Cape Breton. So I want to start with January after Rizicki became mandatory, and what happened. Let's hear your story.
So Rizicki's fight was basically 1 year before this fight to the date. He fought Duradola, and it was for the mandatory position to be the challenger for the WBC World title. Currently, Noel McCallion was holding the belt, and Ryan did an amazing, he stopped him exactly how a champion should stop him. First round, done. It took many other guys many more rounds. Duradola's fought many men, and Ryan did exactly what we wanted him to do, and what was almost expected of him, right? If you got this, purebred, thoroughbred horse, I like calling Ryan, because he is just an all-around specimen of an athlete. To go out and just to wipe Duradola out there in, a minute and 30 seconds or whatever the exact clock was going to be, it was exactly what you want. It's exactly what you want to see. So he did it, what he had to do, and we became the mandatory challenger. And, a month or two went by. Ryan was eager, itching to get in the ring, because you got to remember, Ryan's accustomed to fighting 4 or 5 times a year. So Ryan wanted to get right in there right away. And of course, there's some red tape and there's some issues. So we got it done. First fight was supposed to happen. McCallion pulls out with an injury. Second fight was going to happen, gets postponed again, and then it just gets outright canceled. So it was like, what are we going to do? Where are we going to go? We can't keep chasing a guy that, frankly, I don't know if he wants to fight. I don't think he wants to fight. It's pretty crystal clear what's going on. So the next best option was, hey, let's fight number 2, and let's make it for the world title, and let's do it. And the winner will be a true world champion. I'm confident in Ryan. I'm confident in that he's matured as an athlete and as a man as well. He's a different fighter than he was in the first Peralta. This is going to be the best Ryan you will see. He is dialed in. He is training. He was training for McCallion for almost a year. So this is exactly what we expected to happen, actually, as it went on. As we got into months and months, we were like, hey, this fight's never going to happen. So, Ryan always stayed fit, but obviously he was training for McCallion. Peralta's not so much of a different fighter, and Ryan's been in there before. I think that Ryan has this. I think that he's going to go out there and he's going to show what he can do. He's not just a puncher brawler. He can box. And it's going to be a great fight, and we're going to be victorious. And we just got to, you got to put your mindset there, and if you can see it, it will happen. And Ryan sees it, we see it, and this is a match made in heaven for what we want, right? We're the promotional label for a world title, the green belt, the WBC World title. It is the best belt you can win, in my opinion, in 90% of the boxing world, maybe 100. So it is everything for a promotional label, it is everything for a boxer fighting in his hometown, fighting against a guy that he already beat to a controversial decision. It just adds more to the story, and this is what it is. It's going to be a true Cinderella story, and Ryan's going to win that belt, and he will be the first true Canadian champion in a very, very long time. He will be the very first champion in the province of Nova Scotia, and we're eager to get this belt on the line. We're eager to get the fight going, and top to bottom, the card's going to be unbelievable.
What happened at the purse bid? Talk about the purse bid, because that's kind of where things went back to your corner. It was in Don King's corner. Obviously, they did everything to stall, put off the fight, and then it went to purse bid, and you won. Which a lot of promoters don't win. You won. And that, at that point, we all thought he was going to finally step in the ring. What happened? If you can talk about it.
Yeah, so originally the fight was to go to purse bid, and we're talking 8-9 months ago. And what happens is, if both sides can come to an agreement, the purse bid gets canceled. So we did come to an agreement. We came to an agreement with Don King and Team Noel, and everything was set in stone. And then the fight got postponed. So then it came to the end where there was an agreement made, because now we weren't comfortable in making a new agreement. So it immediately went to purse bid, and it was intense, right? You show up, and I flew down to Mexico City myself. I went there to represent our company, and you kind of wait till the deadline, and it's clocks are ticking, and we were going to go to purse bid, and we were just going to put it on the auction block per se. And just last minute, the 11th hour of when it's just about to tick, there's a deal made, so Team DKP, Don King's people, and me and our people and all the lawyers are on the phone, and everything just kind of got worked out with minutes to spare. The deal was made, done deal. Ryan is now fighting Noel. We win. We basically got the rights from the agreement. We're bringing it in December 7th. Noel's to fight. Don King's totally agreed. And then just comes out of nowhere about a week later, boom, Noel's in legal woes with his promotion. So when that happens, now the purse bid obviously, either we go back to purse bid, which you can't because now he's in. So there's just so much kind of moving parts, and it got to the point where, okay, this fight's not going to happen. Noel has his way out. There's been outs before. So what do we do? And we just kind of put our thinking caps on. We work with the WBC. We work with our local commission. We go down the list, and boom, number 2, Yamil Peralta.
Now, did Peralta take the fight right away, or was there some hesitation there?
There was a little bit of hesitation. I felt. I can't speak for them. I'm not their team, but in the end, it happened, right? So their team they're coming again to Canada. They feel they didn't have a great outing in Canada, and they didn't. They took a loss. So of course, for them to come back is honorable per se, but I'm sure they're fighting for a world title. They're both getting great amounts of purses, and they're here to fight. This is every boxer's dream, is to fight for this world title. You're fighting for the WBC World Title, and for Ryan, he's fighting in his hometown. So this is a dream come true. And for us, in the end, everything works out for a reason. Our promotional label is going to promote the title. We're promoting the belt. So this is unbelievable for everything. It's a win-win situation, and all Ryan's got to do is cross the finish line, and he's there. He's there. He's training hard. He's dedicated, and his mind is totally focused on this fight.
Okay, so let's talk about Rizicki versus Peralta 1. You know this opponent. You know the team. You dealt with him. I dealt with him. What experiences, or what can you remember from that night that sticks in your head?
I can remember that, in all honesty, I think Ryan went in there not mentally prepared for that fight. And it's not anything to do with his skill of boxing and stuff like that. It's just everyone has life going. It was just a timing where I think it was off for Ryan to be where he was in that type of battle. But that being said, Ryan's gone 10 rounds with him. I believe we know what we're going to expect from Peralta, and I don't think that he is going to expect what's coming to him from Ryan.
Well, this isn't round 1. This is round 11. So how does that make you feel?
Yeah, so this fight isn't, it doesn't start at round 1. It actually starts at round 11. So, Ryan's already done 10 rounds with him, and Peralta's done 10 rounds with Ryan. So now they have 12 more rounds. So you're looking at a 22-round fight. That's how I see it. This is just an extension of what didn't get finished. And Ryan has something to prove to everyone, to himself. I think that, everyone has a bad night at the office, and I'm not saying Ryan had a bad night, but I can tell you that Peralta had an amazing night. And he has to keep that up for 12 more rounds. Ryan's defense is gone from here to here. Him and his coach Stevie have been working at great stuff, great sparring. Ryan's really branched out and kind of, I've seen the maturity level of his mind grow just by me and him talking, and just where he is in his life right now. It's a different night. It's a different beast, and come December 7th, everyone's going to see.
Was there any hesitation from this side when the WBC presented? Did you request Peralta, or did the WBC?
Yeah, we were kind of just like jumping back and forth, and obviously Ryan's involved in the discussions, and Ryan was, I want Peralta, I want Peralta. Ryan just said, I want to fight the best of the best, and I want the belt. That's basically what his goal is. That's what he said. He said, look, this is it. I don't want to fight second best, third best. McCallum was the champion. What do I got to do to win that belt? That was exactly Ryan's words. I don't care who I got to fight. I want McCallion. I'll take Badu Jack. I'll take Sizzlick. I'll take whoever you want. And come to the end where it's like, well, number 2's Peralta. It only makes sense for number 1 to fight number 2. Why skip and go down number 3? And that's it. So there was no discussion about really anyone else. It was like, let's go to number 2. Let's make this fight happen. Full support from Mauricio Sullivan and the WBC. So thank you from everyone at our organization, from Ryan and everyone that they accommodated this, and they allowed it to happen. They made it happen. So it's unbelievable. The appreciation is everywhere from all of us, and it's going to be an amazing fight. This is unbelievable bout. It's a boxer versus a puncher. That's how you want to bill it, or a Furpo versus Dempsey. It's exactly what we want, and I'm very, very excited for the fight.
Stylistically, how do you see this fight going?
I think everyone knows kind of. I can't say no, but I don't think we're going to see Peralta come out and him be the bull and Rizicki's the matador. So I think we kind of know where we're going to be, but I think that Ryan has some tricks up his sleeve that a lot of people are going to see, and they're going to be impressed. He's not a one-dimensional fighter. He is a well-rounded fighter at the moment right now, and I think he's going to pull some stuff out that people are going to be impressed.
What holes do you see in Peralta's game? Do you think he's a complete fighter?
I think Peralta.
Do you think he deserves the number 2's position, or do you think he was kind of picked through the ranking to get number 2? If you really look at his record, he's fought Rizicki, Tubiso, Rizicki.
Well, Peralta's done what he's had to do, right? He has fought for the WBC silver. He did fight for the WBC international. So he's done what you've had to do, and he's fought ranked boxers. So yeah, of course, he deserves it. Ryan deserves it. These guys are both elite level boxers. Peralta is up there. He is, top 5 guy in the world. And Rizicki's top 5 guy in the world, soon to be top 1. So, anything can happen. These guys are big guys. These guys can both punch. I just think, Rizicki mentally is a different breed. I think that we're not going to see anything new from Peralta. And not saying that what he had wasn't great. So I think we know what we're expecting, and I think what they're expecting from Ryan, they're going to get a world of surprise come December 7th. It's that simple. Well, I remember me and Ryan, when we first talked, we're going back to 2018. I remember we both sat there, and he was just starting boxing, and we had just kind of started our promotional label, and we both kind of sat there and jokingly saying, but serious on the end, there's always truth to a joke. So it was kind of like, we're going to make a world title in Cape Breton. And it's not like we were like dreaming, but it was far along down the road. And we both came up with this. We said, look, man, this is our ultimate goal. And it's just how the stars aligned. And in the end, if Noah wouldn't have pulled out these times, and if Don King wouldn't have had mishaps, and if this wouldn't have went to that purse bid, and I wouldn't have been in or whatever, it's just everything come together, and we're here. And now we are promoting the WBC World title, and Ryan is fighting for it in his hometown. So that's it. You can't get better. You can't ask for more. You don't want any more. This is the top of boxing, and then we're here.
Do you think this clearly one of the most important fights in the division right now? You've got Billum Smith, Zerto, Opatai. This is a world title fight. The world will be watching. The world will be watching in Cape Breton. How does that make you feel?
It's amazing, because this is going to be a legacy for the island, right? So this will be the very first time the world title's fought on that island. It'll be the first time when that belt crosses that causeway into Cape Breton. And the world is coming to Cape Breton, right? And we made statements like this before, and I think people are like, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. The peanut gallery starts yapping this and that. But in the end, this is it, right? We did exactly what we wanted to do. in the end, it unfolded exactly the way we wanted. Ryan's fighting in his hometown. Ryan's fighting against Yamil Peralta, and we are promoting the world title. That's it. That's all. Bada boom, bada bing.
Awesome. Any final thoughts? Now's your time.
Final thoughts on this is it ain't gonna be easy, right? I don't think anyone thinks this is gonna be easy, and I don't mean just the fight. I mean the promotion, the getting people to believe in what we believe and to see the outcome be successful, because you know you're ready to cross the finish line, and it's usually always like, oh, the polls just got moved further, or I got to do this. So I'm over the moon that we're here where we are. The fight doesn't happen until it gets in the ring. We've all learned that with boxing, anything can go over, but we got what we wanted. We got exactly what we wanted as a promotion. Ryan got exactly what he wanted as a fighter. It's taken some time. There's been some bunks along the way, but this is it. We're here. We're at the finish line, and all we got to do is cross it, our hands up, and he'll be the WBC World Champion. And I'm confident he's going to be the face of the cruiserweight division. I think he's got everything needed, top to bottom. He's an unbelievable fighter. He's got charisma outside the ring. He's a great guy, and this is it. This is his time to shine. The stars have aligned, and his time is to shine.
One more. If you really think about the three places that belt was defended before it came to Cape Breton, you've got Saudi Arabia, Miami, and now Cape Breton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just want to throw this out there. Whoever wins this one, and I know Ryan will, but do you consider them the real WBC champion of the division?
100%. Even the mass media know, right? We've seen what happened. Mauricio Sullivan has made it clear that the winner of this fight is considered the true world champion. I know people are like, oh, interim world title. Yeah, an interim's given with exactly this reason. Nola's kind of pulled out and said, hey, I got legal wows. I can't fight. Okay, pushed aside. Now this champion comes in. He is the world champion. Now interim just means a temporary. Yeah, it's only temporary because the champion's not available because he's in legal issues. Ryan is the world champion when he wins this belt, and that's final. I don't think anyone's going to be stepping up saying, oh, I want Ryan Rizicki this and that when they do, because he's a force to be reckoned with. It's not an easy fight for anyone. So I know Peralta's coming here. He's in a world of danger, to be honest with you. I think that Ryan's going to show him some things that he's not ready for, and the night's going to go to where we need to go.